Good afternoon, Howard. How are you doing today? I hope you had a good weekend. Just getting started here watching the Tokyo closing session, the last couple of hours of the Tokyo market. And we're looking at XAU USD gold on the 10-minute time frame. Just wondering if it's going to close below my trend line. Still got another 4 minutes on that candle. I really like to wait until the candle closes, as you know. Looks like it wants to continue its bearish move in this last couple of hours of the Tokyo session, but just waiting to see. If this closes below my green trend line here, I'm going to go short. What we've seen already, I'm not really sure. It's hard to say because what we've seen today, Tokyo session pushed it and broke below the previous day low. And this is what's called a liquidity pool. And once they've got that liquidity, then they start pushing the price back up. It doesn't appear that there was a whole lot of momentum with that move up. Now we're a very low price, 44.80 was our low today. And maybe they want to push it back up before coming back down. Or maybe the buyers have run out of momentum and we're going to continue our move down. I can just restart my stream. Okay. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Let me know in the chat. Okay. Okay. Thanks for mentioning that, Alex. I wasn't even aware of it. I'm sitting here talking to myself and nobody said anything. Finally, Howard came in and said no sound. But I had to get rid of my profile picture because it's something, the streaming software is acting up and my internet is playing up. But anyway, I'm here. Not sure why. Oh, maybe I can check the settings. Camera. Oh, okay. Now I got it going. Hey, how about that? Oh my goodness. All kinds of weird stuff going on here today. Okay, now we're back to normal. Oh God. All kinds of technical issues today. So anyway, let's get back to the chart here. So it broke above and closed above my trend line. So I went long. I'm long on this candle here. I was in a little bit of profit, then it came back down, and we just see what's going to happen. Sometimes the really good move, doesn't start until half past the hour, and we still got 4 minutes to go on that. So we'll see what happens. But the reason I think that we could possibly be bullish, at least for today, is because the Asian session came down and took out the liquidity pool. They took out the previous day low from yesterday, and that's where the liquidity pool is. And then once they had that liquidity, they started pushing the price up. So that could be an indication that we'll at least for some time move back to higher prices. I don't think we'll get up to the previous day high because that is $100 away from where we are now. And let me just check. I have my stop loss at 45.36. That's about $11 stop loss. That's okay. Now I got a little bit of profit going here. What did I say my stop loss was? 45.36. I'll put that on the screen for you. 45.36. That's my stop loss on this trade. I went long on this candle here, and this is my stop loss below my green trend line, my safety line. Well, Oil went up today, went up to almost $94, and now it's down to 92. So yeah, gold, if oil keeps going up, for sure gold will go down. But for the moment, we're just looking at gold. I don't want to put my stop loss to break even just yet. Actually, I might. That's really, that would really be a tight stop loss if I do that. But I'm going to anyway. 4536.5. I see this bullish momentum. What is it? 4536. No. Oh, wait, 4547, 4547.9. Oh, no, 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 no. Tight. That's way too tight. I'll put that back where it was. Way too tight on that stop loss. Put my stop loss back at 4536. I don't know what I was thinking. That's way too tight. Everything is back to where it was. Hey, good morning, DJ. Daddy Go. Or good afternoon. It's just gone past lunchtime here in Thailand, Southeast Asia. That's the Indochina time, Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, Thailand. And if you're just joining in, we've had all kinds of problems with the internet. I lost my sound for a while, lost my photo for a while, but now it looks like we're all good. And just to recap what's happened today, I went long on this candle right here. This one broke above and closed above the trend line, so I went long on this candle here. That was 15 minutes ago, and now it's going up a little bit, but starting to come back down. And the reason I might think that we might think that this is going to be some higher prices today is because the Asian session in Tokyo, they took out the previous day low, and that's the liquidity pool. And once they grabbed all this liquidity, they did this sweep of liquidity, and then they started going back up. So we could see a move to higher prices today. Of course, we just take gold one day at a time, not trying to predict the future. Although on the 4 hour chart and the day chart, we are bearish on the higher current time frames. Higher time frames, we're fully bearish. And let's see, let me just go over and look at my 5 minute chart. Okay. Still looks bullish on the 5 minute chart, although we're getting a little bit of a red candle now. So I hope all of you guys had a good weekend. I had a good weekend. I saw a couple of movies over the weekend. I saw Top Gun 1 and Top Gun 2. And they did a re-release here where I live. Downtrend or saying bearish is different things or same one. Downtrend, well, right now we're seeing, right now, just looking at the 10 minute chart, this is an uptrend. But it depends what time frame you're looking at. For the last couple of hours, we are bullish. But if you go to the higher time frames, gold is in a downtrend, bearish. So yeah, it's the same thing. So today, in the last few hours, we are bullish, but we're only on the 10-minute time frame. So you can't say, the big picture. The big picture, gold is bearish. Yeah, I saw Top Gun 1 and Top Gun 2 yesterday. That was great to see both of those. And this sucker looks like it's going to turn around on me and hit my stop loss. Little bit of a tight stop loss, but it is below my action, my safety line. Maybe I'll put that a little bit lower. 45.30. Where would that be? 45.30. No, I don't want to lose any more on that. So this is the 12:30 run. This is the time when you can really. Usually, a lot of times you see at 12:30, half past the hour, is when you see the bigger moves, the bigger momentum. But sometimes it starts at the top of the hour, so we never really know exactly when it's going to start moving one direction or the other. Well, yeah. What about the pivot point? I look at it. I mean, it's always there. That's 45.72 on the 10-minute chart. So look at it and then do what? 45.72 right there. Still coming down on this half past the hour candle. Yeah, today's market might be choppy, but anything can happen. We don't know. It might go like a rocket. You saw what happened Friday. That was a massive drop on Friday. And when you wake up on Friday, you don't think, well, today's going to be a big day. You don't know. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Because if you are afraid it's turning, eventually with a pivot point, you can see the bigger picture. Okay. Because if you are afraid it's turning, eventually with a pivot point, you can see the bigger picture. The bigger picture for the day on the 10-minute time frame. So yeah, you're right, DJ Ago. Pivot point is a very important support and resistance zone, and it acts like a magnet, and the price will be attracted to that pivot point. And if it breaks above that and moves away, then it will be attracted to come back down to it. So I'm not afraid that it's going to turn around. I have my stop loss in place. If it hits a stop loss, then it hits a stop loss. I have no control over the market. All I control is my entry and my exit. And now I'm at the mercy of the market. Okay, yeah, I get it. You mean it looks like the market is going to the pivot point. Yeah, I agree with you there. I agree with you there. It looked like that from down here. Wow. But I don't like to trade at this time in here. And just from experience, I know that once the Tokyo lunch run starts, that's the last couple of hours of the closing session in Tokyo, that you can oftentimes get a trade set up, some good momentum, some good trades. Of course, this doesn't happen every day, but most days it does. Most days it does. And I really think I agree with you there, DJ. I go that we're very likely to go to the pivot point. I mean, Tokyo took out the previous day low, this yellow line. This is the liquidity pool. It's a sweep of liquidity, and that gives them the opportunity to push the prices higher, which is what we've been seeing for the last 4 years. So I'm going to hang in here another 5 minutes or so and see how this thing unfolds. We had one. This is a good momentum candle there. It closed above the trend line. That's why I went long here. But then getting a lot of indecision now, like they want to. Yeah, now getting another big red candle there, right? Looks like this trade might not work out. Okay, sometimes it happens. Well, the 5 minute chart's still looking good, but I don't trade on the 5 minute chart. But this is it's a tight stop loss. It's about $11, 110 pips. That's all that I want to risk on this trade. Yeah, I could move the stop loss lower, and increase my risk, but that's not a good idea. That's not the way I trade. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out. Now, if this should have a lot of momentum and it comes down here and hits my stop loss, then I could consider to reverse this trade, and then my stop loss would be above the. That's what, and it closes below the green line there. I'll possibly reverse the trade, but you can get a lot of sideways movement here, eh? A lot of sideways movement here. A little bit of sideways here. It came up, more sideways. So we might see, as Alex said earlier, maybe just a lot of chop. Have you guys got a trade open? Howard, Alex, any of you guys got a trade open? Or are you just watching? So I've got 2 more minutes on this candle, and then I'm going to, I believe I will sign off for the day. Doesn't look like the trade will work out, but anything can happen. Let me see where my stop loss is. Um, about halfway to my stop loss. Mhm. Very quiet in the chat today. Not many people watching. The odd US is going well. Okay, yeah. I guess the odd would be going down, maybe. US dollar getting stronger. Ah, yeah, that's the odd US there. And oil. Oil made a high of $104 and now starting to drop down a little bit. Maybe that's why gold is going up. Planning lunch. Okay. Sounds like a good idea. Friday, GP pound USD selling captured all the move. Whoa, congratulations, Alex. Good for you. Well, okay, we got our next candle going here, I think. 12:45. No, not yet. 5 more minutes. Not much momentum today. Red, green, red, green, red, green. Yeah, a lot of sideways movement. Going, and now pulling away from my stop loss. Oh, okay, I seem to have lost my internet again there. Gold single currency pair is still going down. Gold single currency pair still going down. There is hope. Gold single currency pair. I don't know what you mean by that, Howard. You mean the gold in US dollar? Where the currency pairs are going down and gold is going up? Yeah. Okay. I get it. Okay. Now it's looking a little better. I like the looks of that pin bar there, at least for the moment. Still 2 minutes on this candle. Okay, guys, I'm going to shut off for today. Thank you for being here. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to click the like button, and you can reach out to me in Telegram if you have any comments. And again, thanks for being here. I hope you have a good day of trading wherever you are, and I'll see you again same time tomorrow.